Hello legends, it's Guan here. Good to see all of you here today. Thanks for tuning in for today's video. Now, Ray Dalio, the chairman of Bridgewater Hedge Fund, had published an article detailing his thoughts in terms of the recent China stonks drama. With so many sentimental news headlines surrounding the space, let me break it down for you. So in this video, I'll explore some of the few key points as highlighted in his articles and my thoughts alongside. Let's hop right in. China's capital market. Sure, the recent Chinese private education company's debacle definitely shocked everyone. It's literally a bomb that no one saw coming. And so, to some extent, many people say that CCP has a true intention of going back to communist market structure as this news broke out. Well, you gotta think about it carefully. What good does this do for the CCP if they were to roll back to the communist market where private ownership is banned? Wouldn't this be adding more burden to their planning? Wouldn't this be more troublesome for the economic planning department? And here's the thing, trying to figure out what job each person has to do for 1.4 billion people is just plain stupid and dumb. Imagine you are asked to plan meal prep plans for the entire year for your family. You'll probably be crazy already. So, the statement of CCP being anti-capitalist sentiment is just plain FUD or FUT. Myth debunked. Now, if you like what you're seeing now, be sure to like, sub, and click the bell. The CCP intervention. Now, Ray Dalio also said that many people misinterpreted the interventions as hostile takeovers. This couldn't be further from the truth. Let's take a red pill and find out what exactly it is. Alright, let's be honest. Which government in the world doesn't do any intervention? Do you honestly think that the supposedly liberal Western governments did not do any form of crackdown or interventions in the past? Just look up the 2008 USA subprime mortgage crisis, where the US Treasury actually has had their own capital purchase plan where it directed the merger and acquisition activities of the big banks in order to absorb and minimize the damage that it caused. As a result, you have the Bank of America absorbed Merrill Lynch and becoming the second largest bank in the US by assets. Another major news is of course the SEC's willingness to regulate the cryptocurrency market. Think about it carefully. Would you feel safe to invest a bulk of your money in an unregulated market? I bet you probably won't. Now, Binance literally got banned by many countries, such as the UK and in my country, Malaysia. I don't know about you, but I definitely wouldn't feel safe putting money into Binance. Again, all governments are practically the same in the world. It's just that CCP runs a state capitalist system, not the so-called free market capitalist market that many people subscribe to. It is a state capitalist system where it serves the interests of most people and does not influence the outcome using just wealth. The CCP style of governance. Alright, I get it. The way they do things can be rather shocking to many people. It's like killing the chicken before asking you what you want to eat for dinner. But look, China just got modernized in the last 40 years or so. They did not have the luxury of going through the Industrial Revolution as they were entrenched in the darker side of the history. And precisely because of that, the modern world governance is definitely something they are still learning. But never ever doubt their ability to learn continuously and make changes along the way. A bit of history lesson here. CCP actually learned the capitalistic market model from Singapore back in the early 70s. And they immediately implemented it with their own characteristics. And things have worked out well since then, as they achieved the fastest poverty alleviation in the modern history. And, as Ray Dalio would say, study the trend and observe the big picture carefully, and don't get swayed by this news with sentimental headlines. And here's a quote from Peter Thiel. The most contrarian thing of all is not to oppose a crowd, but to think for yourself. Now, do you agree with my findings? Be sure to like, sub, and click the bell for more videos every Friday. And I'll see you in the next one.